Hey guys, Big T here, and I am doing a video. There was an update, not much in there for game files. I always go through fairly thoroughly. There was some stuff in the last update I wasn't going to bother with because I think it's, being that we're coming on April Fool's Day tomorrow, it was ridiculous enough I figured it's some event for April Fools that Kabam has planned. Basically, in the game files, we've got portraits of alt characters. They're being listed as. It's like combinations of two characters. Like we've got Boltagon, Syverine, Darren Cross, Electro Luke, Frank Strange, Spider Witch, Star Kang, Superior Fist, Unstoppable Ant, and well, it's kind of a neat idea. It's not very creative. When the portraits showed up, it was just portraits. There was nothing else. If you take a look in the prize graphics, there's nothing in reference to those. So we got Red Hulk in there, so he's coming anytime. Still showing Jessica Jones in there, so I don't know. They say that she's not going to be playable, but I imagine they'll probably sneak her in maybe on the next TV series. But there's nothing to do with these combination of characters. And I'm pretty sure Marvel might put up with it for something like a April Fool's event, but they're not going to just let Kabam create their own characters. Well, other than Guillotine, of course. But Guillotine was made in and put into the comics. These other things are just silliness. Although kind of neat. So what I did was I went into the model references, and there is reference to these characters. Electro Luke. All of them are in here. And what this list does is this tells you in the game files what they call them asset bundles. Unity does. Tells you what asset bundle these files are in. So what I did was I went into Characters 2 asset bundle, which is usually where all the new characters are stored. And there isn't any new content in there. There's copies of the existing characters, like for each one of these. Let's get that portrait here. For each one of these alt characters, there's a copy of that character's model. So for Boltagon, there's a Black Bolt model. For Electro Luke, there's a Luke Cage model, etc., etc. The model itself and the mesh and everything is exactly the same. It's just a copy. So expect, if these do show up tomorrow for April Fools, maybe they might have a limited quest that you can play, because these aren't going to be playable by us. There's at least it doesn't look that way, unless maybe for one day they might change up the characters you have, but that's going to screw with how you're playing the game. So most likely they're going to have a level kind of like the maybe like the Chloe, probably not that difficult, but more along the lines of like this new Miss Marvel, the new character quests. one day, maybe they might even make it a week, who knows, but it'll have all of these characters as bosses or maybe ambushes. They might even just have these characters ambush you in the regular quests. But they're not. It's something that's probably not going to stick around. It's going to be the same model. They're going to make them glow green by the looks of the portraits, and they'll have the other characters move. So you'll have Punisher, glowing green, but floating with Doctor Strange's moves. Now that's going to be it's going to be okay. It'll be neat to see to fight, but this stuff would have been neat to play. To have Wolverine shooting beams out of his eyes and being able to play that would have been cool, but I guess it's something. It's new content. Like I say, my prediction is it's April Fool's. Look to see it tomorrow. If not, forget I said it. If it is there, you heard it here. April Fool event. So we think, anyways. Other than that, everything else is the same. We've got our new Doctor Strange portrait there. He's got a prize graphic as well. Red Skull has got a prize graphic. I think that was all in one of my other videos. Ultimate Scarlet Witch has still got a prize graphic, still got a portrait, but she doesn't have a model. So don't expect to see her anytime soon. At least not before the next update. We still have Ultron, Silver Age Ultron listed in there, which I might maybe do a picture of the Silver Age Ultron. I'm playing around with Chrome in my renders now, which is really cool. Hasn't been too long a video. Let's maybe show you some Chrome here. I know some guys, if you got the game file info, if you don't like this stuff, you can bow out. But a lot of guys like this Maya stuff and 3D modeling that I've been doing. So let's just maybe do a quick Chrome here and show you what it looks like. So let's import. Let's do our Ultron Silver Age. Here's our Ultron Silver Age. There will be a quick break in the video. I don't have his textures ready, so I'll do that real quick here and be right back. Alright, so I cut past logging into my my boot camp to get these textures. Not a lot to see there. Figured I'd show you the textures. Basically, they're in a format that the modeling program can't read. So I got to use this texture tool to pull them, convert them over. Not a lot to see there. Texture files, wrong format. We just save them as the right format. So if you're trying like I did to wade through all of the hoops to be able to play around with these models, if you're having trouble with these the skins or the textures, this is what I use to save them as a regular PNG. The rest, like I said in my other videos, I can't really make a video on how to pull the meshes and that out, because it's kind of it's quite a process. I have to do it with each one. It takes a while, and it's all custom script, and I'm sometimes I have to change the scripts on each character. There's quite a bit of messing around to do. Okay, so we got our textures. Let's if you highlight your mesh, go down to new material. What we're using is Mental Ray. If you have an older version of Maya, you won't have Mental Ray, but that's where that nice shiny material comes from. And you want Mia material X passes, same as X passes is just an updated material. So you throw that on there. Now with this, there's reflection settings and that in here. I don't use Kabam's reflection map though, because we're going to use Chrome. Nice thing with this is everything's all in preset. Go to presets, Chrome, and replace. And then he jumps over to a Chrome. Now if you do a quick render, let's switch over to Mental Ray. There's the nice shiny chrome. Now it doesn't look like too much because we haven't added anything in there. So what you want to do next is you want to throw on your color. For that we just use the diffuse map. Find where my conversions are here. Diffuse, and you can play around with these settings. Reflection, probably want that turned up. Glossiness, I leave that the same. I usually turn on metal material. Now refraction, you use that for water mostly, and that kind of a material. I found from a tip from another Maya guy that you can actually use that to kind of give you a little more of a nice metal effect by using Fresnel reflection, and then bumping up the index of refraction up to a high number like 50 will kind of give it a nice little sheen on it. I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, bump map. Actually, I got a couple other ones I got to put in here. We do the bump map. So he has all the nice little ridges. It's usually high, so we'll dump that down through our bump map, which is called a normal file. Gives you your bump. I'm just gonna double check all this, make sure there's nothing I want to change up. Now this guy's got some glowing bits on him. There's a couple ways that you can make him glow. There's the ambient occlusion. I wasn't crazy about how that looked. So on the last one that I did, I used additional color, and I put the specter map in that additional color. Let's see if it works out the same. Sorry, the emission map in that extra color. We'll see if it turns out the same. Now this basically just adds that red to all the glowing spots on this model. So what I had to do was go into that setting, and under color balance. Now color gain is already maxed out, but what you can do with Maya is it limits this bar, but what you can do is if you go into the color, you can just type in a number. So let's put 3 in there, and that'll kick those glowy bits up. So let's do a quick render. Oh yeah, he's nice and glowy. Now when you do this, you're going to see that's pretty dark, doesn't look that great. That's where the next thing that I've been playing with is image-based lighting. What you got to do is you go to your render settings and into scene, and you want image-based lighting. You hit create, and that creates this ball. Now it's probably a little big, so let's shrink it down a little bit here. That should be plenty there. So what this does is you can find maps to put on this ball, and that will give the scene its light, but it'll project that ball onto your models, so you're going to get a reflection of whatever's on the ball. So let's go into which one should I use here? Let's use, there's a bunch of free ones online. I think the one that worked out good was this one here. And then I usually give it a little tilting here. And let's turn off our default lights. See what he looks like here. Starting to get somewhere. Now what you can do too, if you don't want your renders to show what's on the ball, you go to render stats and turn off primary visibility. You're going to just get him on a black background again. And then you can make a plane in behind him, put whatever kind of picture you want, and it'll look pretty good. So I think I want to, maybe let's try repositioning the ball here. There we go. We can also mess around with his. If you look at his skin is kind of dark, so we can also play with that. Let's go into color. Same as the glow. Let's try bringing up the color gain. Let's bring it up to 2. Yeah, that's more like what we want to see. Sorry about that, guys. My audio recording got cut off, so there'll be kind of a little bit of a cut there. Basically, what I've done is, I think where it cut off was when I just adjusted the position of the image-based lighting. The render is dark. Best way to brighten that up is to turn up the brightness coming from the image-based lighting. And to do that, you just go down, check off emit light, and do the same trick. You just click on color gain, and I bumped it up to 2, and that helped out. The only thing is we don't need as much emission light. So let's turn that down. Got that at 3. Let's put it at 2. Oop. Alright, see what that looks like here. Alright, looks good. I'll play around, I'll pose them a bit. I'll probably just put it into fast mode and throw some music over it. And I'll pose them and put, I'll maybe put our Alliance text on there. And yeah, so our Alliance is we're still looking for people. We're still running a 4-man crew. We're unlocking map 5 today, or we just unlocked it. Yeah, so if you're if you got map 5 experience, you got a decent AQ team, give us a shout. and we'll hook you up. We're not going to rush it. We want to make sure we do it right. Yeah. So let me know what you think of the video. If you want to see more of this Maya stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.